Hello, everyone. My name is Amy, and I enjoy gaming, and this is Background Gaming, a series of long format videos that are perfect for having on in the background. Today, we're continuing Blorbo's adventures in Tamriel, and let's see what we can get into. And by the way, I apologize in advance in case my mic picks it up. I did recently get a kitten, and my older cat is unamused, so you might hear some. Uh, you might hear her expressing her opinions on the matter, and you might hear him playing sometimes too.
The shrines are outside the city, north, southeast, and southwest. Vivek's shrine is across the river to the southwest of Ebonheart. Almalexia's is to the southeast. The shrine to Sothasil is on an island north of the Argonian Quarter. Burn the flowers at each shrine. They're a rare variety of gold carnet called Roland's Tears, and are sacred to the three. I pray they hear you.
I hope your arrival will prove a boon to Ebonheart. The residents are at each other's throats. Beyond, no one will work together. Each faction has a different reason. Which would you like to know about? Our people love fighting, it's our nature. We fight the land just to survive. Only the Dunmer's natural superiority allows us to flourish in this wasteland. Lately, our people have been demoralized. Even disciple Sildrus at the Tribunal Temple expects defeat.
This is a life, isn't it?
We want no trouble, Outlander. My injury doesn't keep me from stringing a bow. A Nyx hound attacked our caravan. He savaged my leg and carried off one of our guar. No. Lately we've sighted savage creatures in the wastelands. They're more than a match for our tribe's hunters. Great rewards await any hunter who can bring them to ground. The first is Varnog, a feral Nyx hound. The next is worse, Bliger, a vicious and territorial bullnetch. Worst of all is a clanfear named Gerlisk. He's the least vicious of the three, but look what he did to my leg. We met him on the road southeast of Ebonheart. Our best guess is he escaped from a goblin tribe, or ate them. He floats along the shore west of here. Do not ask me the origin of his name. I assume it stems from the way netches float through the air.
Strange story, that. Summoned by an old conjurer who lived in the hills east of Kraganmore. The conjurer died, but it stayed. No one knows why, and no hunters ever tracked it to its lair.
We drove our guar here to trade. The Ashlands give our tribe many things such as food and shelter. They aren't as generous with medicinal potions or steel.
Ha!
Even if we would have the housemen, they wouldn't have us. They won't even let us within their walls to trade. We must stay outside, bedding with their animals. But because they're heretics, or because we are, whichever you prefer, we hold true to the faith of our ancestors, the worship of Azura, Boethia, and Mephala. They believe the 3 elders of their tribunal are gods. We know the truth. The so-called 3 are murderers and necromancers. Now? Here? No, I've already said too much. I have no love for the housemen. But my people need their wares. Ask someone else. Will this work never end? My Lady Almalexia bids you carry a message to Disciple Sildrus. The Tribunal does not abandon their people. Just as a parent shelters children from dangers they cannot comprehend, the 3 shelter the Dunmer from threats beyond their ken. Tell him that my lady is mindful of his doubt and fear. There is no shame in either, so long as he helps others bear their burdens. By helping others, his fears will be allayed. But if he spreads his despair, my lady will chastise him. Ah, you are the child whose soul was stolen. My lady is concerned for you. Almalexia is the merciful healing mother of the Dunmer. She is the most beloved of the Tribunal. I am merely a servant and messenger of my lady, not a teacher or priest. Seek the temples and libraries to learn more. Perhaps in time, you may speak to Almalexia herself.
I will say it took me a kind of embarrassingly long time to realize that those statues were there. I didn't realize it until I was doing antiquity hunting with my main character. And I happened to look up, it's like, oh, those are people. Shows you how much I pay attention to my surroundings.
I appear at my lord's behest. Or perhaps I was always here, and you merely lacked the ability to see me. Actions carry conviction better than words. A skilled poet arranges for others to be where they should be, when they should be, to fulfill his needs and desires. Yet the question Sildras asked was not the one in his heart. A man of poisoned words put doubt in Sildras' heart. He said the poet is less than he once was. Tell the disciple that Vivek's words and wit and way of war are as keen as always. What is Vivek beyond these? Vivek is a warrior poet, the ruthless and elegant soul of his people. He guides and protects all. Sharp of eye and tongue is he. Long is his reach. Longer is his spear. How can this question be on the lips of anyone in Morrowind? The sermons of Vivek are beside every bed. Vivek's psalms are sighed from every maiden's lips. His wisdom makes his people as hard, capable, and enduring as the poet himself. All know Vivek, for Vivek would have it so.
I can feel the blessings upon you. It's a power I've not felt myself for many years. I see. I hadn't considered there might be threats more grave than the Covenant invasion. You would think, given all we know of the treachery of Cold Harbor, that I would see that. What of Sotha Seal? I am ashamed. The three have shown more faith in me than I have in them. I dread asking this, but what of Lord Vivek? Ha! Yes, I should have known. Vivek is the most subtle of the three. It's true, I've been counseling a Dunmer who questions his faith. He told me the Tribunal are losing their powers. Only indirectly. We see the three less every year. They no longer make their annual pilgrimage to Red Mountain on Vardenfell, and no one knows why. It all seemed so convincing when he said it. His name is Ravil Urano. He hasn't come to pray for days now. He was in such despair. I think he'd even stopped bathing. The last time I saw him, he smelled terrible, like fresh offal. What? Have I been a fool? I questioned my faith for the flimsiest of reasons and caused others to question theirs. I have much to do to correct my failure. I wish I knew why Ravil Urano's doubting words were so compelling.
Have our town's fortunes improved? That's a great relief. Well done. The Covenant troops haven't left their encampment to the west, but it's only a matter of time before our inactivity encourages them. I don't know this, Mer. Why would he cause so much trouble? Perhaps he's an agent of Sheogorath. That's an unpleasant thought. The Daedra of Chaos is worse than any mere Covenant army. Can you aid me further? Ravil must have a house in town. I'd like you to find it and watch him. I'd like to see myself, but I'm sure he'll recognize me, so I'll need to cast a spell on you. Commoners would call it a scrying spell, but I'm beyond such crude hedge magic. It will enable me to see and hear what you do. Furthermore, I'll be able to speak to you. Search for Ravil's home. I expect it's on the west side of town. You should be able to hear me now. There he is. Let's follow him.
Hey, Ravil, no waffle today. The temple's forbidden all sales.
Quiet, fool. I paid you for your discretion, remember?
Look here. It's that fancy sword was in our camp. Hey, fancy man. Fallen on any swords lately? Saying we shouldn't help the Dunmer? Like a Nord would ever turn down a fight.
drunk one took your advice, Silvertongue. He now regrets it. For shame.
It was just idle talk, friend. I assure you, I had nothing to do with it.
You went into that shack. Wait for him to leave. He's out. That was fast. Try to get inside that shack. A communication spell. Let's see who Ravil called.
So you're the meddler who undid all of Ravel's work. Such a waste of my time.
That woman wore a Covenant uniform. Ravil must be working for the enemy. Go to his house and see what you can find. I'll send my guards.
What are you doing here? You won't take me! Cornell gave me potions! The guards heard fighting. I assume you found more inside than just evidence? Having him alive might have been useful, but having him dead is just as good. The ritual items in the shack on the docks and his belongings might tell us something more.
Soldier, urgent...
Report in, soldier. What brings you to Vivek's Antlers? Walks in ash, eh? A wise lizard, or so the lads say. Well, you're welcome here. The captain has a lot in his trencher, and we're not sure how to get it all down.
Welcome to the war. We're losing ground to Covenant raiders. If we don't hold the line here, they'll push us back to Ebonheart and take all of Zarbamat. Alexandra Cannell leads a force that outnumbers us 5-1. If the Dreg hadn't ambushed both of us, she'd have wiped us out. We must deal with the Dreg. Then we'll stop Cannell from getting the Coral Heart. Lieutenant Garland believes Cannell can use it to control a brother of strife. Sings with Reed would know more. As for Garland, the Covenant caught her. Here's what I need from you. Look for survivors in the mud mounds. Rescue Garland. Oh, and don't get killed. Luck to you. I'll see if we can hold this line in case you return. I mean, until you return. Burying them in mounds of muck. They'll hack you up with those claws or knock you out with bile. Then they'll bury you in mud. I don't know why they do it, and I don't care. I want it stopped. Sings with Reed, that Argonian who's advising Lieutenant Garland, thinks the Coral summoned the Dreg to defend itself. Fact is, we were losing when the Dreg showed up and altered the battle. Now we need to preserve the few troops we have. I was talking about the other one. Sadal, the beast sealed away in Tormented Spire. Tarnval was mistaken to free that thing from Ash Mountain. Imagine such a creature controlled by the Covenant and loosed on Ebonheart. Do I look like an Archmage? Or even an Argonian Mudwitch? I have no idea. I came here to stop the damned daggers, and that's what I'll do.
Quietly, the enemy abounds. What do you seek? Long ago, a magical artifact imprisoned Sadal, the brother of strife. That artifact's become the heart of the Coral. That's what the Covenant is after. Alexandra Cannell wants it, and she is without mercy. Just so. The Brothers of Strife are destruction incarnate, flaming fury crushing all in their path. They cannot be controlled or channeled, only imprisoned. Ebonheart is near, and Cannell would like it burned to the ground. We have to stop her. The Coral summoned Dreg to defend itself. The Coral thinks and reasons. We must ally ourselves with it. If we show it we're peaceful, it will turn the Dreg against our enemies. I'm still working on how to do that.
I'm free, thanks to you. Free at last. My thanks. I'm free, thanks to you. The Covenant have Garland. She's on their ship. Help her, please.
set it ablaze.
Circle around!
Praise be. I knew someone would come to free me. Vivek wouldn't allow his priestess to suffer like this. He sent you, didn't he? Then help me complete my task. Here we defeated the Akaviri. Vivek flooded the plain. His children breathed water while the Akaviri drowned. Yet some who died cannot rest. We must consecrate their bones. Do not disparage youth. These are Vivek's children. They died for Morrowind and for him. We must provide for their rest. Anoint any remains you find with this sacred oil. That will soothe their spirits. The dead depend on you. You must consecrate them.
Move to flank!
You don't look to be Daggerfall Covenant, and you're not one of ours. Who are you? Thank the three. I thought I was going to die in here. There's a powerful mage named Alexandra Connell leading these soldiers. She knows how to enter the heart chamber. She ripped the knowledge right out of my head. I'll rally my soldiers and lead them to the Coral Heart Chamber. She must be inside. Have you seen my aide? Sings with Reed? She knows more about the coral than anyone. She must have some kind of plan. Argonians, always the unexpected. If I know Reed, she's already lurking near the Covenant camp. Look for her nearby. If you can find her, bring her to the Coral Heart Chamber. Then we can finish this.
Legions of Akaviri invaded our shore. They came, killing and burning, though we never knew why. I died as the flood came. It swept them all away. Move, now! For Bride of the Lion! Light it up! Die, Akaviri! Die!
The waters took friend and foe alike. The tides rolled in, crushing all in their path. The Akaviri were defeated, but at what cost?
Bride of the Lion!
Did you find the bones and bless them? Vivek's children can rest now. I feel it in my bones. You are kind to perform this service for the heroes of the past. Vivek, we thank them for our freedom today. No foe can stand against the three. One day I will visit the tribunal temple in Deshan. I will hear the word of Vivek from his own lips. The Akaviri were invaders from across the sea. Fierce snake men, and all manner of monsters. We faced them here on these plains, but they overwhelmed us. Yet we fought and died, and held until Vivek himself came and put an end to it. Vivek brought water to cleanse the land. His children breathed the holy water, while the Akaviri drowned. It was a great victory for Morrowind. Rumors say the Akaviri came here looking for an ancient relic. What it is, I do not know. One who does not know the tribunal lives in a dark world. 3 living gods, Vivek, Amalexia, and Sothasil, bless Morrowind and guide us in these troubling times. Vivek is the wisest of living gods. We are scarcely worthy to look upon him.
You've been in the belly of the Covenant's beast. Tell me, is Lieutenant Garland safe? Oh, my heart is at ease. I've decided how to contact the Coral. This won't be easy. The Coral Heart could unleash a brother of strife, but simply taking the heart would kill it. Ill winds are blowing, friend. The Coral summoned the Dreg. If I can show the Coral we're friendly, it may aid us by turning the Dreg against the Covenant. Time is precious. If I'm to succeed, I'll need your help. These are my eggs, the fruit of my tree. My roots must join with the Coral for us to be truly of one mind. Place my eggs at the 3 large clusters of coral around the antlers, then meet me in the heart chamber.
Fool! You think to tame the... I'll see you dead.
Quick! The Coral weakens. I feel it. The Coral speaks to me. I'll meet you in its heart.
You won't stop me. The Coral Heart is mine.
My friend, can you hear me? The Coral is dying. The Bretons stole its heart. The dregs serve us now, but it's not enough. Find me at the heart. Alexandra stands now inside the Coral. She has stolen its heart, and it dies a slow death. We are joined, and I feel its pain as I feel my own. I fear touching the mind of the Coral is not enough. We must merge body and soul. Alexandra has ripped the heart out of the Coral. It may only live if it finds another one.
I will not lie. I'm scared of what's to come. But I'm glad that you and Garland are here with me. Keep the heart safe. Goodbye.
We will. Goodbye, old friend.
You're too late. The heart is mine.
Not for long.
have a taste of lightning. Why won't you die?
Take our heart. Keep it safe. The coral and I can now live without it.
Well, you're a warm hut in a blizzard. What news? Could you keep that coral heart out of the Covenant's hands? Then Ebonheart is saved. We are once again in your debt. Maybe we'll make you the new Thane of Whiterun. After all, they'll take anyone. I'll keep the heart safe. This Brother of Strife must remain bound. The Brothers of Strife are too dangerous. I'll keep this from everyone who might want to use it. Even Tanvor. You've done well here. We could use more like you. In fact, we could use more like you at Fort Virac. The Daggerfall Covenant has seized it. It's a vital link between Stonefalls and the Rift. With Fort Virac held by the enemy, we're cut off from supplies. Head up there and report to Sergeant Gioring. I'll be right behind you.
I hope this doesn't scar.
Fascinating. The ebb and flow of magicka. So deft. Greetings, traveler. You'll go no further up the river here, I'm afraid. A mystical ward bars the path up to Tormented Spire. An unstable ward at that. Part of an ancient system of magical protections. Tormented Spire is a prison, the final rest for a beast out of legend. Normally these wards would be calm, pristine. As you can see, they are anything but. I was sent by an egg sister, walks in ash. She wanted me to examine the wards and report back. Will you get a message to her? If you're willing, head to Fort Virac, north of here. They should be able to get word of the instability to her.
Lava counts as a soft landing, right? Ooh, no.
My apprentice thinks he's strange meeting you out here in the wilds. After Davon's watch, I hadn't expected to see you again. If I might say it, another minor issue has arisen. He thinks he's a magical genius, To prove a point, he's transformed his brother into a goblin. A lady goblin. The chieftain of the nearby Shadow Silk tribe has taken him prisoner. He has every intent of taking Deethis as his tribal matron. I've created a refined spell gem that should allow you to slip into the camp. Just be wary. The spiders guarding the goblins will not be fooled. Assault Chieftain Grimstal and return Deethis to us safely, if you would be so kind.
Filthy goblins stole my... Why is it called blue wine? It's not actually blue. I'm a wine trader. Balmoral blue wine is my most popular, my best-selling wine. Of course, I'm ruined now. Those goblins over there in the camp knocked over my wagon and killed my horse. Took most of my shipment. Yes, that's a great idea. I need my shipment back for the selling. Can you get the wine back from a camp over there and bring it here to me? Remember, wine comes in bottles. Round, thin bottles. Probably on the ground. Can't miss them. Oh, sure, I'm top-notch. I'm a good wine seller. I'm Drothan, the wine master. I sell from Fort Virac to Darvin's Watch, and everywhere in between. Are you real? Your ears look funny.
Not with the tribe, are you? Help me. Denthis was just showing me how the spell works. Then the Shadow Silk tribe jumped us. They carried me off as a tribute for Grimstal. Enough talk. Get me out of here.
Remember, wine comes in bottles. Round in bottles. Probably on the ground. Can't miss them. Thank the three! All three of them. This wine's perfect for selling to other people. You are my new and bestest friend. If you ever have need of wine, remember my name. Drothan, the wine master.
And Dethys has returned, unharmed from the looks of his green skin. I hope these two have learned from their mistakes. Spellcrafting is not to be taken lightly, like a goblin's heart, apparently.
You arrive alone. Either you didn't find him, or I need a new hunting partner. Thank you for this. That's it then. Stone Falls holds nothing for me now. I'll set out for Deshawn presently. Perhaps I'll see you down the road.
Quit now. A friendly face. Good. Good. This day may not be a complete failure. Damned daggers happened. I followed a lead out of Kragenmoor. Reports of Covenant soldiers near Soft Loam Cavern. I didn't believe it. Not this far out. Was I wrong about that? They've got a portal in there. Leads straight back to Covenant lands. Won't be long before they can launch an attack on the city. Get in there and find it. Damned thing is maintained by 2 crystals. Destroy them, and it'll pop like a soap bubble. I suppose I'm lucky I made it out alive. But by the 3, I'm glad you came along. If I'd failed here, I think my captain would have had my head. I told you, I didn't expect to find anything. But my captain was certain the information we got from that captured orc was good, so... here I am. Didn't know I'd be walking into a damn nest of daggers. I don't think so. I saw special boxes that they used to pack the crystals. The portal reaches all the way back to Covenant lands. Daggerfall City, for all I know. No. I think you destroy those things, and their little plan shatters to pieces. I heard about that. The House Mages think those were short-range things. Troops flow into the fort from boats offshore. For a long-range portal like this, I bet they need those crystals. And that gives us a chance.
Hammerfell!
The boss for the dungeon should be in this area. They just haven't spawned yet. Which is kind of why I'm hanging out in this area right now. I think I'll go get the Sky Shard and come right back. Aha. There you are.
High Rock in Hammerfell.
Thank the Lord, Mother and Wizard. You're back. Please tell me you've got good news. Yes. Thank you, Traveler. This means I'll get to keep my head. I think I've regained strength enough to make it back to Kragenmoor. I'll spare you the wrath of my captain and report the news myself. 3 keep you.
It's not safe here. Run, friend. Get out of here before the Covenant soldiers come back. I'm staying put, so I can direct other survivors to safety. But if I see another dagger uniform, I'm leaving. They came up the road from the east, killing and looting as they went. A few of us managed to escape. I wish I knew what happened to Othris and her family. Salu Othris is our overseer. Her husband Garvis was organizing a defense of the stables. I didn't see where the matriarch and her daughter went, but her boys headed for the pools. Poor folks. They were a good sort. For field masters, that is. I'd start with the sons, Daedrus and Mavis. The last I saw, they were running for the sulfur pools. It's dangerous in there. The water boils, and wild shot come up from underground. May Vivek guide your steps, traveler. Mining sulfur, of course. We get it from the pools. Alchemists pay a premium for it. They use it in potions, but they don't want to gather it themselves. Take a deep breath. It smells like rotten eggs here, night and day. It gets in your clothes and your hair. Most alchemists are just too proper to put up with the smell. Can't blame them.
The Shulk had me trapped up here like Nyx hounds hunting a lizard. Thank Vivek the brutes were too stupid to try going around the rock. They just stood down there and snapped at my feet. I'm sure going to try. Please, find my brother, Daedrus. The Covenant soldiers were hot on his heels.
The soldiers are gone? Thank our Alexia! I thought no one would come before they got tired of taunting me. They kept talking about what they do with their knives. We got split up. The last I saw Drathyra, she and Mother were just ahead of the invaders. There's a cave at the edge of the pools. Drathi, Mevis, and I used to play there. I'll bet that's where they went. Yes, now that those soldiers are gone, I'm going to make a run for it. Wish me luck.
My guar. I'm sure the Covenant troops have eaten them all. Uncivilized savages. Our guar. When the Covenant soldiers attacked, the guar panicked and ran into the sulfur pools. Guar aren't the smartest animals. By now, some of them have probably drowned. Did I mention they're dumb? Put a harness back on them, say a few calm words, and they'll run back here. The hard part would be finding harnesses. I've only got one here. The rest are scattered with the guar. You'll have to find them in the pools. A fine job. Most of the herd has come home. The Othris use these animals to haul carts of sulfur to market, but they don't care about them like I do. Whether or not you care about the Guar, you've helped them. And me, I think I owe you this.
Why? Why did they do this? He stabbed her. Merciful three, he stabbed her. Why did he do that? We did nothing to threaten them. The captain of the Covenant soldiers. His blade was poisoned. I can already see the edges of Mother's wound blackening. I must be calm. I can't lose my wits like some rattle-brained Altmer. He said he had an herbal antidote. He actually waved the bottle in my face. He said I could have it if I, well, entertained him and all his men. I spat in his face. He went south to our Guar barns. Said he wanted to hear the beast scream. We keep grief brandy in the storage shed there. Light some on fire. I bet that'll get his attention.
What's going on out here?
you're back. Do you have the antidote? I think so. Please, give me the bottle. The three, bless you. Mother, everything's gonna be fine now. Yes, you got here in time. She's resting now. I'll help Mother make her way to the stead. We'll see you there. And thank you.
Drathyra tells me your actions saved my wife from a painful death. I'm in your debt, and I honor my debts. That's thanks to you. As I said, I honor my debts, but until we drive the Covenant from Stonefalls, this is all I can offer. Now, I must speak with Dedrus. He smells like he dishonored himself.
What do you want?
Run! These once fertile lands have been reduced to ash and dust. My fair Edwina must be ashamed of me. I am a poor protector. The goblins have slaughtered many of my men. Even my eldest son has been fed to the funeral pyre. Now my youngest son, Bjork, has gone missing. Trolls' blood! These vermin seem unstoppable. My middle son, Gar, is leading the search for Bjork west of the Hall. Go, speak to him. Help him find his missing brother and end this nightmare. Speak to my son, Gar, outside the manor house. Offer to help find Bjork. I couldn't bear to lose another son. I was wounded in battle during the Akaviri invasion of Stonefalls, years ago. A sweet soul named Edwina nursed me back to health. Though her family disowned her, we were married a few years later. She has given much for our love. Many of these milk drinkers consider it heresy for a dark elf to marry one of another race. As if the three care who we love and live for. Despite the hatred, Edwina and I have stood strong. Our love and land has endured. Until now. Those beasts and their bugs lair in the mountains north of here. They scuttle along the coast, catching fish and squatting in caves. Then the Covenant soldiers came to Stonefalls. They used the caves along the coasts as supply drops for landing troops. They drove the goblins from their caves and killed their spider queens. Now the animals are searching for new lands. They're trying to take our home!
These goblins are merciless, stranger. They don't feel pity or remorse or fear. And they won't stop until they're killed. You want to help? Get out there and kill some of those stinking gobs. Bjork is nearby. I heard him call my name. If you can distract the gobs, I think I can get to him. Meet me here when you're done. Fan out!
They gave him the hiding behind a wall animation, but, yeah. Tell me how well that works out for you.
Your attack on those vermin was heroic. You made them regret the day they left their stinking dens. We're in trouble. Your diversion worked, and Gar went looking for his younger brother. That's the good news. The bad news is the goblins are gathering for a final attack on the hold. Quickly, get to Hrogar and warn him.
Well?
What news of my sons? Has Bjork returned? Warriors, to me. Protect the hall and safeguard the innocents. Defend the hold! Defend the hall! Slay the goblins! Kill them all! Their leader comes! Take him down! By Iskramor! We've won the day!
Ugh, Shaw's bones. You have to help. Ugh, miserable gobs. They're missing. We found Bjork. We were escorting him home when we were ambushed. The goblins must have taken them both. Ugh, the spiders encased their prey in cocoons. If Bjork and Gar were taken, you'll probably find them trapped in one of those silken prisons.
You'll find spider cocoons along the beach east of the manor house. Look there. Show no mercy to these craven goblins and their spider pets.
The goblins have captured Gar. They took him into a cave near the beach.
We've got to kill the Goblin Warlord and the Spider Queen while we have the chance. Follow me! We're in the heart of the cave, friend. Now is the time to strike. What do you say? Think we're mighty enough to take on the Goblin Warlord and his Spider Queen? Crush the eggs! Crush them! That will draw out the ugly Spider Queen and her Goblin ally. Sovngarde awaits. We'll kill these beasts and send the Goblin horde to the pits! Ysgramor! I'll watch your back while you crush spider eggs. Weapons out. Here they come. For Bjork! For Hrogar! For Ysgramor! We've won the day. I'll meet you at the hall.
Davon's watch would have been overrun if you hadn't been there.
Is there no hope?
The attacks are faltering. You've driven the goblins back. Shore's bones, traveler. Without your help, we'd be attending my son's funeral, instead of celebrating a victory over the goblins. I'll never forget how you helped to defend my hold.
Father, I brought the head of the goblin warlord.
There we go.
I see the trophies of some fearsome creatures hanging from your pack. It takes skill to hunt such prey. These beasts made our people suffer. We've gathered this reward for you. I could pray for your kills to be quick and many, but you don't need my blessings. You're already a great hunter. You'd be a great asset to any Ashlander tribe. If you weren't a heretic, that is.
Spare a coin.
Travel in the Ashlands.
That's what she said.
Spiders. Oh, you're not who I thought you were. I'd clear out, stranger. Spiders in this cave. Lots and lots of spiders. I'll live. One of the spiders got a piece of me, and the venom's doing some strange... Wow, my blood tastes really green right now. Anyway, we had reports of goblins attacking the locals out here. They normally live in this filthy hole. Only dead ones. It's strange. The little bastards normally have their bugs on a short leash. Something's happened to them. I probably shouldn't go back in there. Will you look around inside? Find what I couldn't? Good. Good. I think I'll have a sit down out here. The wind seems very gooey, doesn't it? Very squishy. Oh yes, yes. I think so. Is it normal for your guts to move when you're standing still? Or your eyeballs to crawl up inside your head? Right, I'm fine. Fine. Oh, they managed to take some of their spiders and attack a hold here in Stonefalls. One of the only proud Nord households in the Ashlands. And it comes under attack from beasts. Bah!
Once again, we've managed to make it to the dungeon boss when it's not spawned. So we're just gonna hang out here until it comes back and immediately kill it.
Ah, you're back. Sorry about earlier. I'm feeling better already. What news from the spider hole? Those crafty bastards use the beastmen's own bugs to drive them out of the caves. Then the beasties raise havoc with the civilians. Crafted milk-drinking sots they are. Good work. I'll be sure the General sees this.
seem to be making a lot of enemies lately.
What do you want?
You look brave and wise. What is your name? That is a good name you have. So well named. Would you like to help me with a problem? Pashriha, my sister, she is crazy. Not long ago, we repelled a Covenant attack. She chased their leader to the northwest. Would you look for her? If you find her slain, could you drag her corpse back to town? You are kind. I don't think every sister tests her brother this way. But it has always been so with me and Pashriha. Our home taught us to survive. Everything in Black Marsh tries to eat us. When something bites us, we bite back harder.
Welcome. Are you a scholar of the Mages Guild? Wait, don't tell me. I did. I'm going to join the guild in Ebonheart. Their scales will be moist with envy when I show them my concoction. It's a potion that imitates the visions we get when we lick the hist tree. I just need the final reagent. Yes, yes! Grubgrass? Would you? It grows at the base of a waterfall near here. Meanwhile, I'll work on the brew. The river always provides. There's grubgrass under the western waterfall. You'll need to stuff it in a vial and rush it back here. No time to lose on this brew. I'm talented. My skill pours from the sky. I never even picked up a book, but look how naturally I brewed this potion, and look how colorful it is. That's talent. Do not add to my problems.
Help someone in need.
So much to do.
What do you want? These Covenant soldiers are not lions. They are insects. My poor brother. He's a good elder, but he has many responsibilities. He cannot hunt insects like his sister. I will return to him soon. You offered to help my brother. Will you help me as well? I'm tracking the Covenant leader. He ran from my blade before it could feed on his flesh. But another danger looms over our town. A monstrous orc and a treacherous storm mage. We slaughtered their troops, but they were too powerful to take down. Mijapa is tracking them to the east. Look for him if you think you can defeat these champions. Kill them. Make the ash safe again.
I must find that insect, the lieutenant. When I catch him, I'll pluck his wings and watch him dance on his back. Fort Barak sent a small group of troops to help Lukiel Uksith. They are good neighbors. The Covenant insects swarmed them before they reached town. We came across them while hunting for the lieutenant.
What?
You're wet, and you stink. You have my reagents? I'll mix this and this. There. Now, to test it. Would you take this to my assistant? Oh no, he's much too afraid of me. He's hiding behind the large mushrooms to the south. We call him Not So Quick. Just tell him I don't want him to drink it. Tell Not So Quick he shouldn't drink the elixir. I know. Trust me.
I can't talk. I have to concentrate on not being seen. If I can't see her, she can't see me. Really? She said that? Then my first reaction is to drink it. But she knows that's what I'll think, so I shouldn't. But I should do the opposite of that, so... Dry scales. I think I figured her out. Give it to me. Ugh, disgusting.
Well, he's still breathing.
Quickly! How did it go? Was there a strong color change? Perhaps a strong smell? He'll get better. Here, smell this. Does it smell dangerous? No, of course not. It smells great. Your turn. You'll want to be out in the open, preferably in the exact center of town. Enjoy the experience. Remember, you want to drink it in the open. Otherwise, the experience might overwhelm you. Actually, it might still overwhelm you, but there you go.
Help! The cat's after me!
What did you see? Fascinating. That's not what I expected. Perhaps I should pick up an alchemical text or two. Purely to augment my own talent, of course. Thank you. Swim swiftly.
What?
For Daggerfall! For the Covenant!
Step quietly, traveler. There's a mountain of an orc nearby. Ah, you've not seen him then. You should know a powerful mage fights at his side. Her spells make him incredibly powerful. In the ruins atop that bluff, follow this gorge to the east to reach him. If you are able to defeat the monster, I'll name you One Who Breaks Mountains.
Split up! For Daggerfall! Split up! Best defense always a good attack? Fan out!
is it?
Mijapa mentioned that you fought a monstrous orc. This news is good. I wish it broke through my gloom. Posh Riha has yet to return. My scales should be thickened with dread by now, but they are not. Yes, she was seen recently. Posh Riha is like a storm, unpredictable and violent. I fear one day she will break. Southwest of here. Could you try to find her again? She worries me, but I must see to the town's defense.
What is it?
I understand you were instrumental in crushing the Daggerfall army at Devon's Watch.
From the sides!
Fan out!
Mourn for me, or they'll suspect I'm alive. I'm lying still on the ground. Don't worry. I just tried to eat an eel that's too large. I must remain here a moment until I can stand again, but I fear the Covenant's leader may escape. You are kind, one who stands over me. Could you stab his corpse with my dagger, the Mota Fang? I feel bad that my failure has denied Mota her chance to feast on his flesh. Well?
I've got a lot to do here.
Has that insect been squashed? You have shown me I have much to learn. Mota Fang does not belong in my hands. I will train, so that someday these fingers will appreciate a similar blade. But Mota, she belongs to you now.
Alright, I think that's a good spot to call this episode. So thanks so much for joining us for this episode of Background Gaming. We'll see you next time.
I've had it, I tell you.
We'll continue doing the main quest, and we'll see if well, we're about halfway through the main quest for this part of the map, so I think we'll be able to make some more progress there. So I will see you all next Monday. Bye-bye.